Well, hello there everybody, how's it going? I'm Tim Meister and welcome back once again to Bixton. As you can see, I've done a little bit of work off camera, not much. I just laid down some streets, and you'll see here that I purposely left open a giant open space. And the reason for that is I'm gonna place a university. So I have an elementary school, a high school, a college, and I've yet to plop a university, so I'm gonna get into that this episode. But before I do anything at all, I have to finish what we started last episode, which is provide rail access to our brand spanking new train station over here. So if I go into my public transportation menu, we'll go into the trains tab. I'm going to create a passenger railway line. So I am going to start a new line from the train station, and let's go to the very edge of the map over here. And then we'll go right back to the station. And this will be line number 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and create line number 2, which will connect to this entrance to the map. And then back to the train station. And I believe there's 3 connections on this map, which is great because by default we've got 3 rail lines coming into the city from the edge of the map. And there we go, just like that. We got 3 lines set up. I'm gonna go into my lines overview and I'm gonna change their colors. I guess one of them will have it be the red line. I want to rename them too. I'll change their colors first. So let's make this one yellow. This one will leave orange. So that's for public transportation. Now I want to rename them. So this one will be the east line, I suppose. Maybe I'll name it East Outside Connection. And then the yellow line appears to be going south. Okay, and then we'll do this one west. Outside connection. There, we got 3 lines. And they are fully operational. I don't know how many people are going to use them, honestly. The city is still pretty small. 10,000 people is a pretty small city, so I don't foresee a lot of people using these rail lines. But I suppose we'll just keep an eye on the train station towards the end of this episode, and we'll see what's up. Okay, and I've also made a few executive decisions between the last episode and now. So this industrial area has pretty much reached its potential. I can't expand it anymore. I can't really do anything. So I've chosen this massive location over here to be the next industrial zone. And due to it being right next to the water, I think I'm going to make a port over here. So when we upgrade to level 8, which is very soon, I'm going to start to invest into some boat infrastructure. So maybe we can get some shipping lanes coming into Bixton. But anyways, before we get any farther, I suppose I'll get into the university. And I know just where I am going to plop it. I purposely left enough room here to put this university because it is massive. And just as I expected, it brought us into the 8th milestone. So we're now a big town. So we get almost 2 million extra dollars in the bank. We have 8 progression points that we get to spend and 10 more tiles that we can buy. Oh yeah, oh great, okay. I was super excited about this, but I didn't know we got it at level 8. I finally have some high density housing, so we can start to get some skyscrapers here in Bixton. I know it's still kind of early, you know, 10,000 people is not really a big city by any means, and you wouldn't typically find any big skyscrapers, but still, I think it would look pretty cool. Okay, so I plopped the university. We now have 8 progression points to spend. And I'm going to go ahead and spend this on water services. So let's just go check. I just want to see what this gives us. So we now have a harbor. Passenger ships stop here to load and unload. Great. And a cargo harbor. Great. So it's $500,000 and it's $67,000 a month to upkeep. That's actually not bad. I was expecting a lot worse. Narrow seaway, medium. Okay. This is how it works. This is actually the first time I'm playing around with boats, guys. I've always built on river maps before. So I've never seen how the shipping lanes work. Okay, that's awesome. Alright, I'm going to pause the game real quick because everything's getting out of hand over here. Rent is becoming an issue in the city because there's demand for everything right now. But let's focus on the university for a second. So, students are starting to pile in. Let's see what kind of upgrades we can maybe do. I don't really want to do many upgrades just yet because they are quite expensive. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is and let the university do its thing. Alright. Okay, so now I'd like to focus my attention to downtown. Now that we've unlocked high density residential, I'm going to go ahead and place just a couple of zones to get some skyscrapers here into town. So maybe... Oh, actually, this might be a good spot. Maybe if I get rid of these buildings, we'll have a nice tall building here. And maybe one over here as well. So I don't want to go too crazy with the high density zoning. That's just because I don't want the city to look disproportionate yet. Because these skyscrapers can be quite tall. Like, look at this. This is going to be a bad boy here. Oh my god. And just that one building looks like it took care of a lot of our demand. Oh my god, we have an even taller one that's going to be here. So you see what I mean, guys? I just didn't want to make a giant cluster of skyscrapers, so I'm staggering them out a little bit. I feel like that's the most realistic way to build a downtown. I want to build some mixed zoning over here. So let's do this. And let's do this. And see what that does for our medium density. Same thing with medium density. So these buildings are going to be pretty large. I find that you can get some really cool buildings if you zone a bit smaller. So this building here should look nice. It's a decent sized building. I kind of wish there would be another one here. I might actually destroy it there. That's going to be even better. Kind of bothers me that it didn't occupy this zone though. Okay. All right. And oh shoot, was something being built there? Oops. Oh, well, there it goes. I might as well rezone it then. And then rezone this one as well, because it looks like we have quite a bit of medium density demand. And look at that, guys. We got our very first skyscraper. In Bixton. They're pretty tall. A little bit disproportionate, but you know what? It's okay. Not a huge deal. Oh my god. Okay, so we still have some medium density demand. I'm kind of surprised. So, what else could I do? I guess I could just rezone this entire street. I like this gas station, to be honest. Oh, actually, I have another one here that's even nicer. I'm gonna convert this into... I don't have any high density demand anymore, so I'm gonna convert this into mixed zoning. Oh, why isn't it you doing 3x3? Okay, it looks like it's no longer suitable for some low density commercial, so I'll just convert that into medium density residential. And we'll see if something will build there eventually. And sure, why don't I rezone these commercial lots? There. What about parking availability, guys? As we're upzoning, parking is going to become a concern because more people are going to be crammed in here. I got 2 parking lots. I think we're still okay for now, but just to be safe, just so we don't get to the point that we're scrambling to provide parking, I'm going to plop another parking lot right here, right behind downtown. There. All right, I'm actually super excited, guys, that we're starting to get a proper downtown going. Now, I do have a lot of medium density residential demand. Well, I guess a medium amount. I may want to start upzoning here, too. I think it would look pretty cool in front of the university, so I'm going to upzone this. And it's going to provide more suitable housing for students that choose to move near the university. There, so all of these houses are gonna go. Oh, whoops, I didn't know I didn't zone there. I'll make this an apartment building. And why not have some mixed zoning here as well? You know, this is kind of an extension of downtown too, so let's do that. And I think that's okay for now. I don't want to zone too much right now, because with whatever zoning I've plopped down now, it's gonna... That'll do for the next little bit. These skyscrapers are just hilarious. They're like way overkill. But it's fine, you know. We're gonna get a proper downtown going. It's gonna look beautiful. Okay, so for the next segment of this episode, I actually want to get started on the port area over here. So this is going to take a bit of time. I'm going to switch over to a time-lapse mode, guys. I'm going to build out all my roads, get everything set up over here, and then we can start zoning. Alright guys, this is what I got so far. My industrial port is completely functional. So the cargo harbor is working. We have some stuff being stored in it. I haven't seen any boats coming and going yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Or actually, maybe I have to create a connection to the outside of the map. I probably do. Because I did for the trains. So the train terminal is working. You can see a train just came in here. But there's one problem. I ran out of vehicles. So I'm going to have to go over to my train, my rail yard. And I'm going to have to upgrade it by adding extra tracks. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, wow. That gave us quite a bit of XP, actually. And let's connect this up. Oh. All right. And let's connect this up. Just like this. So how many trains did that give us? Okay, so we're up to 15, so it's given us 3 more trains. And I no longer have this no vehicles icon. There. This is awesome, guys. Super exciting. And there's some really interesting upgrades that we can do to both the Seaport and the cargo train terminal. So I can add some extra tracks to increase capacity. I can add some more storage as well. That's not going to be a concern for quite a while, I don't think. But anyways, the options are there. And kind of the same concept over here. Actually, where do the warehouses go? Oh, okay, they're actually attached. And it looks like I can put it right in the water, so that's actually really cool. Okay, so it appears that no matter what I'm doing, guys, demand is just off the chart. So I'm going to keep going here. Rent is becoming a problem in the city, so I think I should address that first by providing some more places to live for my people. So I'm gonna get rid of all of this low density commercial, and I'm just gonna go crazy here with the mixed zoning. What else can I rezone? I can probably upzone these houses. And these ones as well. Actually, I'm gonna build some apartment buildings instead. There. And what do you think, guys? Should I get some more skyscrapers in here? I think so. You know, I want the downtown to look proper. Let's get some more tall buildings in here. Maybe I'll eliminate this little business here. And boom, we've got another massive skyscraper coming in. And is that one skyscraper going to be enough to eliminate all of my high density demand? I don't know. It's going down. Still going down. Yeah, it looks like that's all it took. It's just another massive skyscraper. Oh yeah, and I can't forget this part of town too. So all of this is low density commercial. I should start to rezone this, really. Let's get some bigger buildings in here. Oh, wow, this is new. Is this what I think it is? Oh my god, it's like these little plazas are coming up now. Wait, that is so cool. Look, so this building's been here for a while. I plopped a zone a little while ago, and I was worried about like the zoning change spots, and I was like, why isn't the building disappearing? But this is like a little plaza thing that's automatically appeared. Wow, that's good news, guys. That's really cool. All right, that is so exciting. So let's do the same thing here. I'm gonna rezone this into mixed zoning. And might as well do all of this as well. I'm gonna be somewhat aggressive here with my rezoning. I gotta get this demand in check, you know? Provide some affordable housing options for people. Let's do the same over here. And the thing is you don't want to zone too big either, because then you get like these massive buildings. Oh, what's this? Iron Press Building. Books to nourish the mind and soul with luxury apartments on top. Oh, all right. This looks exciting. Now, what does this do? Oh, it's a mixed zoning building. Okay. Looks very European. Actually, did I... Okay, I don't have any European buildings because I haven't built anything in European style. Okay, well, let's see where we can plop this. It's a wall-to-wall building. Is it a corner building at all? No, it doesn't look like it is. No, so I'd have to place it in like a row of houses somewhere. Maybe like right here? Right here. Wow, that's actually a nice building. Oh, I should have nudged it over by one because this building's a bit farther back. I'm gonna boop, get this guy to rebuild. All right, this is really exciting, guys. I'm loving that the city is finally growing. We're getting some big buildings in downtown. Really exciting. I'm gonna rezone this as well. Get some more medium density. Oh, okay, we got our third skyscraper. It is identical to this one, which is crime-ridden, it appears, at the moment. Let's not worry about that too much. And let's keep going with the mixed zoning. So, of course, I still have a super high commercial demand. I'm probably not helping myself that much by rezoning a lot of this because I'm not zoning anything new is the problem, I think. Right, so I'm not building any new commercial zones. You know what? I think I'm going to rezone all of this too. This is going to become medium density. All of this. All of this too. And then as far as commercial zones, I gotta get like a shopping center in here, you know, just plop down a whole bunch of commercial and lower some of that demand. Maybe over here would be a good spot, right near the highway. This would be a nice spot for like a shopping dedicated area. All right, let's get some shops in here. All of this low density. We'll have this be like typical American style commercial zones. Oh yeah, look at that. That has quashed my demand. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. So that'll set me up for quite a while. But for now, it looks like my industrial and offices demand is sky high still. Now, this is a very challenging area to build an industrial park. I thought it was going to be simple and easy, but I failed to realize just how tough the terrain is. I had to modify it a bunch of times, as you saw, but this is a really steep incline. But I think on top of the hill here, right on the peak, you know, it's mostly like a nice smooth rolling hill, so I can probably build some more industrial stuff up here. I'm gonna try. You know, we're not dealing with crazy inclines, so I think I can make something work. Oh no. I've got a water table up here, and it's like the closest one from the city. I got a nice one over there too. It's not the end of the world. I have plenty of options for how to get water. There, let's make sure to get some offices in here as well. There, up on the hill. There, let's get some trees in here. Anywhere where there's any blank spaces, I like to fill them in with trees. Just because in the fall, it's gonna look beautiful and more realistic, right? Let's just load this up with different types of trees. There we go. So I gotta remember to do this periodically when I expand. Just because it takes so long to place trees, right? It's something you gotta keep up with. There. All right. Okay, so industrial demand is still pretty high. Maybe I can place a few buildings here. Oh, is this track in the water? Oh, that's not ideal, guys. I gotta fix that. I did not even notice that. Here, let's fix it. Oh, and it looks like this glitch is still happening sometimes. Sometimes these wall-to-wall buildings, they don't connect properly. But that's fine. All right. Oh my god, guys, I can't believe how fast the city's expanding in this episode. It's crazy. Oh my god, no matter what I do, my demand is just off the charts. There. All right. We'll let this grow for a little bit. Oh my god, and my commercial demand is already off the charts again. There. Well, at least for now. Oh my god, I'm still rent issues. Oh, you know why? I think it's because I'm not really helping the situation by removing a lot of these smaller houses. I'd have to zone more low density residential. And I know just the place. Off camera, I laid down all of these streets. So I'm basically just gonna zone all of this into low density residential. This will become all single family homes. Maybe a couple of apartments in the less desirable locations. Oh, wow, look at this. Polaris Suites. Okay, this building I've unlocked a few times already. It's basically just another big skyscraper. It's actually pretty huge. +4 well-being within 1 kilometer. Oh, you know what? This kind of looks like it could be some luxury dorms or something. Maybe I'll plop this like right here. It'll be right in the back of the university. And what's kind of funny is at one time I lived in an apartment building right beside a football field like this. So it's a bit realistic, I suppose. There. All right, so let's zone a bit more low density. All up over in here. And, you know, I think I'm going to place down some parks too. You got to make sure that these areas are all nice and livable for your residents. So a park here right in the corner. And then maybe I'll do maybe a dog park as well. Oh yeah, dog park I'll plop right here. Make that part of the campus, sort of. And how are we doing for parks? Maybe I'll place a few more parks. I'm not losing any money pretty much, so I want to make sure that the whole city is covered. Let's do a small plaza somewhere over here. Maybe right by the water. Yeah, like right here. And then this whole area is pretty red, so why don't we do a small park? And I will plop the small park. Oh wow, the radius isn't very big on this. What about the small plaza? Is that any different? Yeah, it seems to be a bit different. Small playground. Dog park. Let's do a dog park. Right here. So for the next minute or so, I'm going to be in time-lapse mode, as at this time when I was recording live, I was having some audio issues. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to include that in this video. But the gist of the next couple of minutes is me building out this little peninsula here that is just outside of downtown. So I had previously laid some streets down a little while ago, and I thought that I could make use of the harbor, you know? Because this is a sort of water-themed episode, I figured I would include the construction of the passenger harbor near downtown. And here it is. Kind of struggling with the coastline here. It wasn't quite cooperating. But after a few minutes of struggling, I eventually got it. But after a few minutes of struggling, I got it to fit, and here it is. And that is pretty much what this little neighborhood is focused on. And in just a second here, I'm going to zone everything and get this area filled in with development. So these new harbors, the way they work, I really do like how they work. So you have to create a line from the harbor to the edge of the map in order for passengers to come in and out of the city. I really like that system. It's a bit more involved than City Skylines 1, but it allows a bit more flexibility to control where your passengers are coming in from and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. And you still do have the boat lanes, or like the shipping lanes, I suppose, like in City Skylines 1. But there's just an added depth to how that works. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap things up right about now. So here's what I got for the new industrial area. So I got the Seaport here. I've got the trains. Everything seems to be working. Look, I got some storage here, 2,000 tons out of 15,000. So I think we're good for the next little while. Same thing with the cargo harbor. You can see that it's operating. We have a bunch of materials in storage right now. Everything seems to be working great. We got boats coming in and out. Over here, so I'm sorry that I didn't include this in this episode, but I placed a harbor over here. So this is for bringing passengers in and out of the city. So I expanded the city a little bit over here. I just zoned this little peninsula here that I hadn't before, and I plopped this harbor on the very tip of it and connected up the lines coming in and out of the city. So as you can see here, that it appears to be functioning, but there is 0 passengers waiting. Is there any passengers on these boats? No, there are no passengers. Oh, okay. There is 29 passengers on this incoming boat. So it is operational, but, you know, Bixton is still a small city, so we're not going to have a ton of tourism just yet. So anyways, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. As you can see, the city is officially becoming a city. We got some skyscrapers. So I can't wait to see what is going to come down the pipe here very shortly. And you'll just have to stay tuned for that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, the huge, drop a comment, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And until the next episode, take care, everyone.